I'm sitting here with one of our project specialists, Serge. We're sitting in this beautiful home in Gates Mills that our team just finished renovation in. Serge, so when people are looking to do construction or remodeling of their home, sure, one of the first questions that's going to come to them is, well, how long will my project take, right? Because let's be honest, going through remodeling is not the most comfortable thing, right? Your kitchen sometimes doesn't operate, you don't have the bathroom to use, and you're living through construction project, right? People coming in and out of your home. I know at Keselman Construction Group, we have 4 main phases of the project. So let's go through those phases so people know what to expect during each phase. So phase 1 is discovery and initial planning. What should people expect during that phase?
Yeah, so for phase 1, discovery and initial planning, this is where we'll meet the homeowners at their home. We will go over the exact scope of work, discuss their wants and needs. We'll gather photos, we'll gather dimensions, and then after that initial meeting, we will then begin working on a detailed preliminary estimate. Once that estimate is ready, we'll invite our potential clients over to our showroom, go over the estimate. At that point, if everything looks good and they're comfortable with where our initial pricing is coming in, the next phase will then be discovery or design and development.
Got it. That discovery and initial planning phase, that is absolutely free of charge from our company, right?
That's correct.
Okay, and the homeowner gets to have a pretty good idea before spending money on design and prints what their project should cost.
Correct, yeah. So we'll price out everything we discuss at our initial appointment. What oftentimes happens is once homeowners get to work with our interior design specialists, they'll begin flowing their ideas, cross-referencing it with the design details. And what ultimately happens is a lot more scope of work will get added to the project, or little details will get refined, and essentially those details will get finalized during design phase. So what we are quoting up front is just preliminary according to what we discuss on site.
Yep.
And that pricing is usually a pretty good indication of where you'll likely land for the project if we stick according to those details. Now, once they begin working with our interior design team and they start getting their experience, they start actually visualizing the design project and seeing all of the renderings. What we oftentimes see is homeowners add in additional scope of work to the project or maybe change things up. So we would still need to make sure we incorporate these changes to the estimate. But as mentioned, the preliminary estimate will give the homeowners a good indication of where they will likely land.
Makes sense. So our phase 1, it's purely, we're trying to interpret without drawings what our customers want as their end product. And we're able to give them, based on our past project, we're able to give them some type of an idea how much this would cost. And then if that is within their budget, then it sounds like they're moving into their phase 2, which is design development and signing the design agreement. And as you said, during that phase, now we're actually getting architects involved when needed, interior designers. And so we could actually create conceptual drawings of what they want, right? And now we're able to adjust our estimate based on what's been drawn, correct? That happens during phase 2.
That's correct. And this phase is usually anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, depending on really the project size, whether that's a bathroom project, kitchen project, whole home remodel. But on average, it's anywhere between 4 to 8 weeks. And also that can fluctuate depending on how quickly homeowners are able to make decisions.
Okay, Sergey, so now we have drawings that we can submit to the city. We have updated our estimate based on those drawings. So phase 3 is pre-construction and permitting. So what happens during that phase?
Yeah, so during this phase, we will begin pulling permits. We will meet at your home with our project managers. During this project manager meeting, we will go over all of the scope of work just to make sure project managers are caught up to speed. We bring out our entire team, the estimator, the design team, so we make sure we go over all details. That way, project manager is planning accordingly. And during this phase, Once the project manager has been able to assess all of the on-site details, he will begin putting together a schedule for the scope of work that will be performed. And during this meeting, we'll also introduce you to our project managers. Project managers will go over logistical items like access to the home, working hours. That way, we're really preparing you well for what to expect, and project manager really begins to take over from this point on.
So it sounds like during this phase, that's really where baton is being passed from the project specialist to the project manager, right? Because all the design and estimation has been complete. Now you do a handoff meeting to minimize miscommunication between the estimation department and project management. And after this phase complete, basically the main event, the construction can start, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. After this meeting, myself and the designer are still involved throughout the project. More so as an estimator, we take a back seat, keep track of the final accounting, change order requests that arise, questions, right? And then project manager would work with the interior design specialists to verify ETAs of materials and verify little things that might come up.
So now, Sergey, that discovery has happened, estimate, design, permits are pulled. So now we actually are able to do the construction of the project. So what happens during that phase and how long does it take?
Yeah, good question, Zach. So on average, a bathroom remodel is 4 to 6 weeks, a kitchen remodel is 8 to 12 weeks, and a whole home remodel is 4 to 8 months.
Serge, so what we just explained is what it really takes, what the expectation should be from discovery through the completion of the project, meaning permits are closed, final clean is completed, touch-up list is completed, and the homeowners are able to enjoy their newly renovated space. Unfortunately, many contractors give unrealistic timelines to customers because they're only focusing on the construction phase itself, right? Where a kitchen remodeling project, the construction phase only might take 2 months. But the reality is that the discovery and initial estimate, the drawings and design and selections and all that needs to happen before construction even starts adds in a lot of time to the timeline.
Yeah, that's correct. There's a common misconception that I think with other contractors, they're oftentimes only presenting the actual construction phase timeline versus the complete and total upfront work of 2 to 3 months in the design development, initial planning, ordering materials, getting permits ready to go, aligning scheduling with our crews. So yeah, there is that unfortunately misconception of timeline.
So we just gave average of what different projects should take, right, from the beginning through completion. But reality check. What are some of the things that can extend the timeline of the project?
Yeah, good question. So one of the items that can extend the timeline are hidden issues, right? We begin demolition, all of the drywall comes out, and we begin to see rotted framing members. That unfortunately will extend the timeline as that is now additional work that we weren't initially planning.
Because you weren't able to see this behind drywall or plaster, right?
Exactly,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Another factor could be material delays. If you don't make decisions on all finished materials up front and prior to starting the project, sometimes that can, if we get to this tile stage and we're ready to begin tile installation and tile is not in, that unfortunately will cause a delay.
So timely homeowners selections of finished materials are critical in order for us to stay on time.
Correct.
And any tips on what can speed things up when people are going through construction remodeling process?
Yeah, absolutely. as we just mentioned, making timely decisions. If we unfortunately cross paths with an unforeseen condition like the rotted framing members, our project managers will do a good job in regards to assessing the situation and presenting a possible solution. But prior to them proceeding with the scope of work, we will need your approval in regards to the pricing for the additional work. So just making decisions in a timely fashion. And that also applies to materials. If we can make decisions on all materials during design phase, that way everything is ordered and at our showroom prior to beginning the project, that will certainly help expedite the project. Therefore, we have all of our ducks in a row and we're not waiting on different materials to come in as we're approaching their different stages.
Yes, and so approving change orders that come as the project develops is timely, is critical.
Absolutely.
Okay, Sergey, so the bottom line, realistic expectation for homeowners from discovery through being completely done. Various projects, bathrooms, kitchens, additions, on average. What are the timelines?
Yeah, so for a bathroom, we are looking at 2 to 3 months.
Okay.
For a kitchen remodeling project, we are looking at 4 to 6 months. And then a whole home remodeling project, we are looking at 6 to 12 months.
So Sergey, any final thoughts?
Yeah, look, I get it. We all want our remodels done yesterday. But here's what 20 years of experience has taught us. Rushed remodels lead to mistakes. Mistakes lead to even longer timelines.
So pre-planning is very important.
Extremely important. And any kind of remodeling project is truly an investment for your family's future. And it truly does make the absolute most sense to invest in planning correctly and taking the time to do it right up front.
And don't rush in.
Absolutely, yeah.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Absolutely.